Here, Orlando Hudson homers in the 6th to tie the game at 2. Carl Pavano works in the 7th, facing Jorge Posada.
Hudson's home run has given the Twins a chance to change a trend. They have not come from behind and won a ball game in their last 21 postseason games.
Ball and a strike. His first 2 games so similar, with Minnesota scoring first in game 1. Yankees come back, take the lead. And then in the 6th, it's the Twins who tie it. Same thing has happened tonight.
But this will be the battle, guys, in the last 5 postseason games between these two clubs. From the 7th inning on, Yankees have outscored the Twins 15-2.
And Minnesota in this series leaving 9 runners in scoring position.
Well, you know, everybody talks about the game being mental. This part of the game for Minnesota has been the most mentally challenging. And they need something really different to happen to change it. You just need one change to say, that's it. And now we can ride this momentum and go on and win 3 more games or 2 more games.
The 3-1 fouled off. Take me in the dugout. Take me in the 7th inning of a postseason game. Tied.
The guys that are not involved in the game, it's miserable. There's nothing fun about it. You can't affect the game. You're rooting for your teammates. You want something to cheer for. You want something great to happen. The guys that are in it, you got to get those negative thoughts out of your mind when they start creeping in. Hey, we're all human. They creep in. You know, you start thinking, oh, I got to make a perfect pitch here, or we can't let this happen there.
If you're the manager, Ron Gardenhire, and Rick Anderson, the pitching coach, you have all of your eyeballs on Carl Pavano, making sure that the slightest glitch that might happen, you make sure that you have people ready to take his place.
A leadoff walk to Posada. Here's Lance Berkman. Back in the 5th. Appearing in the postseason for the first time in 5 years, he unloaded.
He did. Ball over the middle of the plate. You got to try to get him, obviously, to hit something on the ground because you can get a double play. Not a lot of speed at first and or at the plate, but that's what they got him for.
John, I like how you pointed out that Lance, when he hits the ball hard, will lay that bat down. He must have been a kid from Little League who used to throw his bat and had a tough manager. Sat him down. Both Gardenhire and Anderson cannot sit down anymore. They are pacing. They are checking out who they want to use if a certain hitter comes up.
Berkman takes a strike, 1-1. Pavano ahead 1-2. Action from the left and right side. Maharis, the lefty.
That pitch right there, that last fastball was picture perfect. Let's see if he can get something off speed, even lower than that, to get him either to swing over the top or hit something weak to a ground ball somewhere.
Oh, did Pavano want that? Oh, did Orlando Hudson want that?
Well, he made the pitch.
Did he ever?
Umpire Hunter Wendelstadt missed that pitch. Fastball inside, starts and comes just back over the plate.
Hudson at second was bouncing up and down and couldn't believe Pavano didn't get that pitch.
He set him up. He delivered the pitch. No reward.
That ball's hit to center. Denard Span on his horse. Runs on a room. That ball is off the wall. Here comes Posada. He's being waved. And the New York Yankees have taken the lead.
Well, when things aren't going good, you think everything goes against you. And certainly
sometimes it does.
It does, but you know, great teams take advantage of it, and that's what the Yankees do, and that's why they're winning.
Well, that's why we always talk about the pitchers in the postseason who are swing and miss guys who can dominate a lineup. A guy like Carl Pavano's got to be around the plate. Sometimes he only has one pitch to get that hitter out within the sequence of pitches.
Time has been called. Something's been thrown or is on the warning track in left field.
It's a hat.
It's a hat that they will retrieve. If you're just joining us, man, have we seen one here in Game 2. The ebb and flow between the Minnesota Twins and the New York Yankees. The Yankees reclaiming the lead 3-2. Lance Berkman with a run-scoring double here in the top half of the 7th. Brett Gardner at the plate, waiting on a 1-0 from Carl Pavano. Lays down the bunt. And with his speed, he'll beat it out as Valencia had trouble picking it up.
Well, that's a mistake by the young rookie third baseman Valencia. When Gardner's going to bunt, you have to make sure you take that play away. He has such great speed that you can't just kind of come in very softly. You got to come in and charge and be ready to take that pitch away, that bunt away. He did not, and trying to rush, misses the play.
Be careful at first. He can take second just as easily.
Be careful on this first pitch.
Jeter takes a strike, 0-1. Pavano set to deal his 90th pitch, and it comes in a huge spot. Runners on the corners, and nobody out. There goes Gardner. Fouled back.
Orlando Hudson providing the parachute for the speed there of Brett Gardner.
Well, tough spot for Carl Pavano. Like we said, not a strikeout pitcher. He's got to have a lot of things go right for him to wiggle out of this without any more damage.
Boy, what a stop by Joe Mauer on a ball that hit 5 feet in front of the plate.
Just picture perfect. Didn't get all the way down, but that ball was thrown so short you knew you were going to get a high hop. Nice play by Mauer.
1-2 the count. Gardner was caught leaning and got back to first. Boy, he was gone. Jeter looking for his first hit of the night. He's 0 for 3.
Jeter, in his style of hitting, almost takes away half the plate for you when there's a runner on first in the big hole. If you use the outside part of the plate, he will hit the ball to right field. You see these trips back and forth to the mound. You can't help it. It's such an important inning here for not only Mauer.
What are they saying?
Well, right here, they just want to get on the same. They want to make sure that they're. What does Carl want to throw? What do you want to throw in this situation, Carl? I don't want to put down the wrong numbers. Have you waiting out there for the right sign?
Yeah, and I've been kind of anticipating. Are they going to try a pitch out here and see if they can catch the runner going to second? They've got the advantage of a 1-2 count, but to your point, Ron, yeah, they want to be absolutely perfectly in sync on what pitch to throw.
Gardner runs. Fouled away again by Jeter.
Go Craig Sager!
Craig Sager has fans all over the world. Obviously, you heard that one. First and third. Jeter at the plate. 1-run Yankee lead. Reaches out, hits it to right, and that's going to fall for a base hit. Runners at first and second. Another run crosses as Berkman scores, and it's 4-2. And the Twins aren't out of trouble yet. Jose Mijares on for the second game of this series with Yankees at first and second and nobody out. 2 are in.
Somehow they got to get Granderson to pop this bunt up if he is indeed bunting.
He squares and takes, and they throw behind at second.
Best way to get him to pop it up is a high fastball.
Especially now that you have a strike on him.
Gets this one down. They will go to first. And the runners move up to second and third. Well, here's Teixeira, and he will get a free pass.
.45 to Scott Alger, who is now the acting manager. And he's kicking at the bats there because he knows that's a play they could have had the force at third base.
The number one thing a third baseman's got to know there, Ron, is you got to know your pitcher and how much he can, what kind of ground he can cover, and not knowing the play they put on. I'm sure they put on a play the pitcher's got to get to the line and make the play at third.
The problem is Mijares usually doesn't cover too much ground, but it didn't matter. The bunt was right back at him. If he holds his ground, it's a simple play. Mijares looks to the bag. He points to first because he's not occupying the bag, but that would have been a big play for the Twins.
John, what would go through your mind when you came in to a game, bases loaded, you got a guy with the power that Alex Rodriguez has right now?
I'm trying to guess what he's guessing, and I'm hoping that he's guessing he's going to attack the first pitch because that's going to determine what pitch I throw. I'll throw a changeup or slider if I'm John Roush. You never assume a guy's taken. You got to feed off the emotion, and Alex Rodriguez wants to break this game open, so make the best quality pitch down you can.
Swinging at the first pitch and fouls it away.
And it was a slider, and he got away with it, Ron, because that was over the middle.
It's almost like Alex Rodriguez concentration narrows. When Mark Teixeira has walked in front of him to load the bases, he's 5 for 6 with 3 grand slams.
Nervous time in Minnesota. Loaded with 1 out. Roush jumps ahead 0-2. You see it in stadiums all over the place with 2 out and 2 strikes. Everybody on their feet. Here you got 1 out with the bases loaded. And they are begging John Roush to get a big out here. That would qualify. 2 down. Robinson Cano has been lethal in this situation in the regular season. 11 for 18 with the bases loaded. Gone deep twice.
used to have a philosophy when you come in a game like this, it's a privilege to get out of it. Instead of, the bases are loaded. It's a privilege, and this can work in Minnesota's favor. If he gets out of it, what started as a bad break with a call could have some momentum for Minnesota to get out of this without further damage.
No balls and 2 strikes. Bases full of Yankees here in the 7th. 2 are already in.
Really surprised. It's a long inning, Ron, and no one's been warming up for the Yankees, obviously. Andy's going to go back out there, but a long rest in between. He'll take the 2 runs, don't get me wrong.
That foul. Pass first.
I don't know about you, but the more I watch Robinson Cano hit as he develops over these years, I don't know if there's a pitch that can get him out. He's so quick inside, stays behind the baseball, power to the opposite field.
Yeah, he just stays. It almost seems like he waits longer than anybody else. And right now, he's set up for a really good curveball in the dirt like he threw to A-Rod. He's thrown some really tough fastballs that he's fouled off. Got to get something to change his eyes down. See if he can throw one in the dirt.
That purpose pitch almost cost him. Just missed hitting Robinson Cano.
One ball, 2 strikes. Popped him up. The biggest man on the field just got 2 huge outs. Time to stretch a target.